Hey, how's everybody doing out there today? It's Nicky D, and welcome back to the Nicky D channel. Some superstars in WWE are just straight terrifying. Whether they're playing mind games or they're just astronomically big and powerful and dominant. Today, we're going to be getting into that as I'm going to be doing my top 10 scariest WWE superstars. Let's get to it. Number 10, Mankind. Mankind was one of Mick Foley's three faces, and he was the craziest and psychotic one out of them all. He had boiler room matches with The Undertaker, and he also had the Hell in a Cell match with The Undertaker where he was thrown up the top of the cell and thrown through the cell and still continued the match. Mankind was great at his promo work, and he was always excellent at being able to convince you that he was crazy. Mankind was one of a kind type wrestler, hence the name, and he was he was able to take a lot of damage. He was able to withstand almost anything, and his love for pain is what really made Mankind stand out. Hey, it's glad to see y'all still here. Are y'all liking the content? Well, just smash that subscribe button down there, hit that notification bell so you'll be informed of when I drop my next video. Also, keep staying beautiful and awesome the way you are, my wonderful subscribers. And enough of the lovey-dovey stuff. Let's get back to the scary video. And number 9, Luke Harper. Luke Harper was a member of the Wyatt family, standing in at 6'4", weighing in at 275 pounds. He was a dominant force, and he ran roughshod with Bray Wyatt and Eric Rowan over the entire locker room. His spinning clothesline was always devastating and was able to put away many opponents. He had great promo work, and like Bray Wyatt, he spoke in riddles, and he worked so well with the Wyatt family. When Luke Harper would get in the ring with an opponent, he would fight at a slow and calculating pace, Luke Harper's pace, and that made him that much more terrifying. Rest in peace, Luke, we do miss you, buddy, and you was definitely a talent that can never be duplicated. And number 8, the Great Khali. When I put the Great Khali on this list, I mean the 2006-2007 version of the Great Khali before WWE teamed him up with Santino Marella. The Great Khali stood in at 7'3" and weighed 420 pounds, and when he debuted, he laid out The Undertaker with just one chop to the head. The Great Khali squashed everybody on the roster, including the time that he squashed Rey Mysterio's head with his bare hands. Great Khali was an unstoppable monster that ended up winning the World Heavyweight Championship at one point in 2007. And he was very dominant and undefeated until The Undertaker defeated him in the last man standing match on SmackDown. The fear that Great Khali put over the entire roster and over the entire WWE universe at the time is the reason why he's on this list. And number 7, Omas. Omas was another superstar that stood in at 7'3", 420 pounds. The Nigerian giant was similar to the Great Khali, but he was a lot more fast and calculated in the ring. He squashed every opponent in his path. He squashed Bobby Lashley and took his manager MVP with him. And he even squashed Strowman a number of times. Omas is very fast, and he's great at striking the fear into the heart of his opponent and the WWE Universe. Omas's tree slam will probably be one of the most devastating finishers that he could have, considering his height and his size. And number 6, Edge. The rated R superstar He was the leader of the Brood. He later teamed with Randy Orton as Rated RKO. Edge is on this list because of his mind games. One of the best to ever do it when getting in the head of his opponent. He even had feuds with The Undertaker. When they had their Hell in a Cell match at SummerSlam of 2008, the look on Edge's face when The Undertaker came out is enough in itself to put this man on this list. He had the look as though a little kid just walked into a candy store and his parents said that they'll buy the whole place for him. Edge is a very sneaky and calculated superstar. He is the ultimate opportunist because he's always able to take advantage of any mistakes his opponent makes in the ring. His excellent promo work is another reason why he is on this list. And number 5, Kane. The Big Red Machine made his debut when The Undertaker took on Shawn Michaels inside Hell in a Cell in 1997, and Kane came down to the ring and ripped the door that was locked on the cell off, got in the ring, tombstone pile drove his brother, and cost him the match. Edge came to the ring with a black and red mask, and he had a choke slam finisher. Sometimes he'd use the tombstone, but Kane's on this list because of things he did. When he lit Jim Ross on fire in 2003, when he did the See No Evil movie and he turned into a psychotic type superstar, then yeah, he's on this list. Like, should he be higher? Maybe. But wait till you see who I got coming up in the lineup. And number 4, Braun Strowman. And when I mean Braun Strowman like the Great Khali, I mean 2017 version of Braun Strowman. The monster among men was an unstoppable monster who lived for nothing more than to torture and destroy Roman Reigns. 6'8", weighing in at 385 pounds. He always roared when he came to the ring and instilled fear into the WWE Universe. Once he started doing a more comedic role, Braun Strowman was great at promo work, but Braun Strowman was most impressive by the way he was able to flip automobiles, whether it was an ambulance or even Vince McMahon's limousine at one time. Braun Strowman's feat of strength have been terrifying, and what he's able to do to his opponent in the ring is just as terrifying. I hope Braun Strowman makes a return and brings that gimmick back and comes right after Roman. I'd love it. And number 3, Randy Orton. Randy Orton is very cold and calculated, and not many people in WWE history have been better at playing mind games than the Viper. His brutal punt finisher will put people on the shelves for months, maybe even up to a year, on concussion injuries. And his feud with Triple H in 2007 was amazing. At one point, Randy Orton handcuffed Triple H to the ropes and made out with a lifeless Stephanie McMahon right in front of Triple H. Triple H came to Randy Orton's house one night just to beat the bricks off the man. And even later on, Randy Orton had fought Bray Wyatt in a House of Horror match. And again, Randy Orton showing that dark and evil side to him. Randy Orton was excellent at promo work, and he was his most evil when he was the leader of Legacy with Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr. Randy Orton will be one of the most terrifying superstars who didn't take on a terrifying gimmick. And that in itself puts Randy Orton up at number 3 on this list. And number 2, Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt was the leader of the Wyatt family, and his feud with John Cena showed you exactly how terrifying Bray Wyatt could be. Even later on, when he had Firefly Funhouse match with John Cena at WrestleMania 36, we just spoke of his House of Horror match with Randy Orton, his Swamp match with Braun Strowman. What about when he invited the New Day to the Wyatt family compound? Like, Bray Wyatt has been terrifying in so many different ways. Even the Fiend gimmick brought another layer of terror laid on to the legacy of Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt was excellent in his promo work and spoken riddles. And he honestly, probably, I would put him in my Mount Rushmore for promo work. Bray Wyatt was just the man, the beast. He was amazing at it. And Bray Wyatt, rest in peace. We're going to miss you, but bro, I will see you soon up there. But let's get to number one. And number one, The Undertaker. Who else would it be? I kind of figured that 1 and 2 would be obvious with this video, but the Demon from Death Valley has come up with so many different match stipulations. Hell in a Cell match, Buried Alive match, Casket match, just to name a few. The Undertaker's promo work, like Bray Wyatt, is legendary. It would be in my Mount Rushmore. Undertaker is excellent at mind games and being able to terrify his opponent to be scared of him before he's even entered the ring with him. The Undertaker was managed by Paul Bearer, and his feuds with Randy Orton and Kane really brought out the dark side of The Undertaker. And don't even get me started about that time where he tied Midian to the Undertaker symbol cross when he was part of Ministry of Darkness. The Undertaker epitomizes darkness, and The Undertaker belongs at the top of this list, and he is rightfully here at the top of this list. And that was my top 10 scariest WWE superstars. Who do you think was the scariest WWE superstar of all time? Let me know down in the comment section below. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the show, like the video, smash the subscribe button, share the video with all of your friends out there on social media, and I will see all of y'all beautiful people in the next video. Bye, y'all.